So hello everyone, my name is Lara. I'm gonna be the host for this kickoff. Yeah, I'm gonna be here all the time. If you need anything from me, just let me know. This is gonna be recorded as well. I just said before, but for the people who could not attend it, they can see after on YouTube. Yeah, so how it works. Basically, we're gonna have 5 days where our coach gonna guide us through this team challenge, this 5 days journaling team challenge. It's very, very simple. She's gonna say to us how it works actually, what is the content, explain what we're gonna do every day. Not every day is gonna be an activity, but she will let us know. Normally they're really, really short and sweet, easy to do and fun to do it as well. So yeah, I'm really, really happy to introduce you to Christine. Hello, Christine.
Hi, Laura. Hi, everyone.
All right, so if you like to tell us who are you, where you come from.
Yes. So my name is Christine Samuel. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Originally, I was born in Indonesia, so I speak English and Indonesian language. My background is user experience. So I work for about over 20 years as user experience design, doing design, IT and apps and websites. And as user experience designers, I felt, um, it's about figure out figure it figure out the experience of people, right? How to use an app or a website in a easy way, so people don't have to think too much. So everything is very efficient and enjoyable. So I thought, there is something more than that, because the experience is actually happening not, yes, you're interacting with people, the experience is happening inside of outside. We feel something, we have thoughts, we have feeling, we have emotions, we have response, we have behavior. So I thought, you know what, I'm really interested in learning about how human create experience and how human create connections. So through my self-development, I used to be a high functioning anxieties, feeling anxious and doubtful about myself, and through getting to know what is inside me, I realized what happened, and it's allowed me to uh, heal and also to have more compassion about who I am and accept who I am. So it's been a long journey, and therefore, again, it's for me is inner work is a very important thing to do if you want to change or want to transform the world or transform yourself. Um, and the idea of heart space facilitator is about, sometimes when we are so into our head, we are very, sometimes it's overthinking. Uh, we doubt so much because it's all about reasoning. It's about having proof. But sometimes in life, we cannot really depend on what we see. We have to depend on something that deep down connected with ourselves. So that's where I came from, or at least where this is all about. And for me, what's matter is basically, if this is my mission as well, if we can be who we are, if we connect with who we are deeply, and if we can show up fully ourselves through our purpose, through what we want, to our desires, um, then we can start inspiring other and liberating others to show up fully as they are. And I think just by fully ourselves, we make the world a better place.
Wow.
Here
That's
you go.
amazing, Christine. That's a really nice introduction.
Thank you. Now, I guess this is not going to take a long time, because right now the ones who are attend, I want to know from you, your name, if you can introduce yourself, why you're here, and also one thing that I really want to know: what is your best hope for taking this challenge? Very good. Do you want to start?
Yes, for sure. So my name is Ferky, and I'm actually from Indonesia myself. So
Oh my God,
I kind of connect with you in this in this area. Then we came from the same roots, but I live in Italy. So yeah, I'm also an expat. So I'm joining this challenge because I'm not sure like what I will expect. Like I know that it's to discover my purpose. I think I know my purpose, but I'm not sure. So I think like just to be sure if I'm in the right path, if what I'm going for is like actually the one that I want, like it is something that is like from my heart. So I think like it would be great to have you to facilitate. It's a purpose from my mind, or it's a purpose from me, from my heart. So yeah, I think like that's what I hope.
That's beautiful, Fergie. Now I wanna know this one. What is the sign that by the fifth day,
Mhm.
yes, this challenge works for me?
I'm not sure. I feel like I have to figure it out, but I hope to have like not the plan, but I think like I will feel lighted on, okay, so this is what I'm going to do based on what I want. It's not like okay, so I'm going there because I think that's the right one. It may be because like it's from my family or like the society, the environment that I'm living in, that pressure, or like it's not even pressure, but it's like it's the way that it's like how the world is, or like how the career works like here in this world. But I want to really figure out, okay, so this is actually what I want, and I'm happy to go in this path. I think like that kind of like feeling of lighthearted. Okay, so this is something that I want from my heart.
Awesome. Thank you. That's really useful to know. Lara, do you want to say something? I know you're a host, but maybe you can, say something from your heart.
Actually, I feel like Fergie. Well, I'm not from Indonesia, but I can I'm around Indonesia. I love Indonesia, but yeah, it's so difficult to separate what comes from your heart and what comes from your mind. What is your true purpose in life? So if I stop and think really deep inside me, what comes first? Like, is this true? Is what really mean to be in this life? So yeah, I don't know actually. I know what I want. I know what I like. I know what I don't want, what I don't like. But is that my purpose? So this is a big question for me.
Mm, great. Very good questions. I think that's very common questions that people ask that we're gonna find out through this 5-day challenge, which is
Yeah,
good.
I'm so excited.
All right. So this is how it works. I know with Uloo, usually we have a kickoff and all the tasks happening through the chat. But I want to do a little bit of experiment here. We will meet live on Zoom for 1 hour daily, because we're not many people attending, maybe it's going to be 45 minutes. I don't think it's going to be an hour, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. CET. The reason why is, so the daily agenda is like we check in, how are you doing every day, just by being here. Then we will have, there will be a daily prompt. So I will give you a daily prompt. But the thing about daily prompt and the thing about this kind of work, sometimes when we have a questions, we write, we get into our head, right? Because when we get into our head, is it right or wrong? Is it, how do I do it? Even before we doing it, we like asking a lot of questions. So what I love to do is to support you by helping you at least have some kind of a little bit of talk about why this question is important, and also meditations like visualizations, right? So I'll take you for guided meditation where you visualize answering the questions, not from rational, intellectual, but just from the whole, what does it feels like? What is that answer, when you have an answer, what is it feels like in your body, in your mind. So it's engaging more of your imagination, of your heart. So it's not like this, the micromanage and critics right next to you try to make sure you answer the right questions. It's like there's no right or wrong questions. You just imagining, and there's no like how to do it now. It's just like open up. So that's what I'm trying to do, to support you for the first 15 minutes, depending, 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, it's a writing time. So it's going to have a quiet time, gonna mute, then you write for 25 minutes, 25 minutes. Now, this is the reason, right? Because if you said, okay, I'm going to attend this, by attending it is you already done your work, right? You're writing it, because when we like write this, and then there's a lot of distractions. So just by being here and having time, dedicated time to write, then you're going to write for 25 minutes. It's more about, then it's not a new thing. It's more about what you visualize in your mind during meditation. You just rewrite it again so that it's more clear of what is it in your mind, or what is it in your imaginations, so that the next time, a month later or even 2 years later, you come back, yes, I thought about this before. So that's the idea. And sharing, it's more about reflections. What is your, if you want to share, it's optional, of what you write or what you see or what's different or some insightful ideas, and then we close. So that's basically what we're going to do for the next 4 days, because this is day 1. And by the 5th days, what my intention is for you to be able to have this clear idea about your purpose. It's not just the purpose that is a statement like, but a purpose where you can feel it in your body. So the understanding is not just like, here, I know it intellectually, but here, I know it from my heart and from my mind. And also related to your value, and what do you want to experience every day, right? Because sometimes when we think about purpose, our goal is like out there. But the idea is, how can we bring that purpose in every day's life, in every connections you make, in every moment you have, when you remember it, how can you bring that? So that's basically my intention for the next 5 days for you all who attend this challenge.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. I had to say, I got goosebumps just thinking about, wow, if I can get to that point, I'm gonna be, wow, so surprised. It's something that it's not that I don't believe, but it's like to do it, actually, to put it in practice. Wow, it's surprising for me.
Yeah, just by showing up, just you can do this by showing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next 5 days, how to show up is attend a daily call. And if you cannot attend, listen to the recording. It's only an hour. And the recording, you also can, fast forward like 1.25 speed. If you want to save time, that's okay. But I recommend, when we do a visualizations, don't make it fast, because you just need to relax. The idea is just like to relax yourself, so we don't get into this survival mode, right? Trust your intuition. There's no right or wrong answer, good or bad answers. And that's when we get into our head, and that's why it gets in the way of things that we want, because we get into like what's right, what's wrong. So when there is no right or wrong, you allow yourself to trust more of your intuition, because your head is more quiet. So when it's more quiet, you can listen, because the intuition is always there. It's whispering. When it's very slow and you cannot hear it, you have to really listen. So that's the idea. Bring a sense of play and curiosities, imagination, right? So if there's no right or wrong, and you come here just to play and be curious, and use your imagination, what that would be. If purpose is not something that you need to attain, achieve, but just what is, what it could be, right? So the only way to get to that place is by bringing sense of playfulness and curiosities. Um, and this is the thing that meditations, visualizations, and getting yourself into a more like relaxing mode. It's basically we creating, so just through your intention, creating space for what want to emerge. Because sometimes through this visualization, you came up with something that, oh my God, I never thought about this. So that's the idea of being present, because then by being present and listening, you are more open to new things. Again, I also recommend sharing. Sharing is giving. Sharing, you can share, because every day we have reflection, but also Uloo has chats if you want to share something more, if you cannot attend and you want to share. That also a great way to kind of help one another, because when you share your experience deeply, not telling people what right or wrong thing to do, you help others also to see, yes, I can connect with what you experience.
Yeah, just to say, this is made for that. We have our group, and then we're gonna be talking to each other. So that's the whole point, just to share to everyone. And yeah, be together for one, yeah, for common purpose as well.
So now, if you can complete, it's only 5 days, it's not 25 days, right? If you can complete the challenge, you'll get a 45 minutes complimentary coaching session with me. So through Uloo, so you can book through Uloo. Just if you want to flash out, for example, you get after day 5, this is what you have, and you want to kind of make it more clear, or thinking about what's the next steps, or how I bring this to life through what I'm finding, um, this is the bonus for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's excellent, Christine. Yeah, something more well, really, really important is how actually works on the app. So for all of you guys, if you go to the app, on the bottom, that's you're gonna have 4 icons. The first icon is gonna be challenge. Second icon is gonna be chat, coaching, and profile. So if you go to the chat, on top of the chat, you're gonna see 5-day journaling challenge. So that's the one you're gonna join. And then if you go, you just get in, you're gonna see the activities. If you press on the activity, you're gonna see a white dot on the left side of the title. Then you press it. Oh, sorry, just going one there. You press it, it's gonna appear a notification that says activity is your activity is done. Then what I really recommend is just to share it. It just depends about what the coach, in this case Christine, says about the activity, but just to share the activity with the group. Yeah, so basically it's really intuitive, really easy. I'm gonna be there all the time, so if you don't find what you are looking for, just ask me. I'm the host, so yeah, and Christine is there as well, so yeah, we're gonna be together doing this.
So I guess I want to also say that the Zoom link will be different than today. So every day, so starting day 2 to day 4, there will be a new Zoom link, and it's just gonna be the same day 2, day 3. So I'm gonna post it on the chat for
Yes,
us.
exactly the same as activity. You put the link, we're gonna get to the link from the to the Zoom call, or even if you wanted to post it any article or any link that you wanted to share, yeah, we can do that through the app. So as I said, really intuitive. You know, it's what we are here to as well, to have some fun, and I'm just so curious about what it could be, as you mentioned before. So yeah. Uh, Fergie, do you have any questions or?
Yes, actually, I do have one question about journaling because journaling is something that excites me in a way that I like the act of writing and like visualization of things. Do you have any tips on how to actually journal? Is it possible if is it better one another, like to write it in digitally, let's say like in a computer or in our phone, or actually like on a paper and writing it out? What would you suggest?
So I would say, depending on your habit, meaning what
Mhm.
more comfortable for you, right? Because some people, if you see yourself go back and when you're doing a note, you always put it on
Yeah.
like an app, like Evernote or whatever, then do it that way, because that's natural for you, right?
Mhm.
If you already have a journal, or you done journaling before in a book, and you like, let's say, going to coffee shop, I mean, not not now because of it, but writing down, and you feel that by writing down your hands with your hands, it feel comfortable for you, do
Mhm.
that. uh, what I like, so for me, I do both when I journal. So
Okay.
I have journal when I in the note, I have journal in Evernote. um, when I have journal in hands, the idea is that I don't it's not like I can delete it, I can just keep going, right? So that's a good thing about that, because you don't want to censor yourself. um, the 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 app, or on the laptop, it's like, because I guess most people use it, especially in the text culture, where
Mhm.
talk to friends, and I think that's totally fine too, because you just as long as it's not about censoring, it's not about editing, you have to let it flow. Either way would work.
Okay, here it is. Thank you for that. I think like I would go with the handwriting. It will take me longer, but I like the act of it. I think like it can kind of like calm me, also like to quiet the mind and like really just let it flow. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Christine, I have another question. Do you have any specific time for journaling, or you just do it when it comes to your mind? Like, okay, now I have 5 minutes, I'm gonna just write something on my notebook, or do you have like a schedule, like a really fixed time, like just before going to bed or after you wake up?
Yeah. So right now I don't have like my routine is I do meditation every morning, and then I do breath work and exercise. But when I get insight, sometime in my meditation, I have some insights, I write it down. So I do mostly morning quickly. And so, for example, because it's quickly, I do it with my iPhone, because I don't have to go anywhere. It's my alarm here. But once in a while, let's say on my birthday, on New Year's, the end of the year or New Year, I go to I sit down and I really write in a notebook. So it's yeah, that's my habit.
No, that's nice. That's nice. Is there any kind of rules to journaling, or is just whatever it pops on your mind, you're gonna just write it?
Pops in my mind. So I'm writing a book right now, and what I found in the beginning of writing a book is like, oh my god, I have to do it right. It's like, because it's not on for my consumptions. It's I people I'm My idea is that with the book, people are gonna read it, so I have to make sure other people understand. And I found it's very different than journaling, because you don't have to make other people understand. It's just you. So for me, it's easier to just flowing of what I want to write when I'm journaling, because it's it's more about me putting out my words. Then I can look back and read, and it's kind of nice to have that very raw, because then when I'm reading it back, I can remember the feeling when I write it.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, just the last question, and this is just for curiosity. When did you started to do this? Like, when was the time that was like for you that clicks in your head that was like, okay, I'm doing this every single day?
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, when did you start it? Like, when was the time that you realized that you were doing this? Like, and you started doing as a habit, like continuously. When was that time?
I I don't think I don't think I remember a certain time, because it usually comes in phase. And
Uh,
a time in my life where, it's I really have to reflect.
mhm.
Then I write very often. Then, I have kids, babies and work, and then I don't have time. But then there's a moment where I need to, I need to clear up my mind. Then I write, right? So for me, my approach on self-development or anything else is just seeing what I need, not like exposing myself to a rule. Because sometimes, like, you need to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and do this like 3 different things, and then we do it, we feel great, but then when we don't do it, we feel like a loser. It's like a failure, right? And then it's going, because that's what my approach before, like up and down, like, yes, I'm great, I'm doing this, and then, like, I'm not doing it, oh my god, I'm back to, and it just feel terrible. I feel. So for me, it's more about what is my need, what is my request to myself. If I really, so for example, meditation, I do it every day. I don't miss it because it feels really good. Right? So because it make me feels good, and because it feels good, for me it's easier to go back with that without resistance, instead of putting like rule I have to do it, because I feels good, I go back to that. That is a flow, there's ease. So find out also if it's what is feels good when you're doing this, then you want to do it more, right? Because if we like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this,
Yeah.
then you do it with this push, and you cannot feel the feeling. So what we want is to be able to feel the feelings of pleasure, of enjoyment, of joy, of fun.
Excellent, excellent. So thanks so much, Christine. Thank you, Fergie, as well. I'm so looking forward to get started.
You're welcome, and I'm looking forward for day 2 where we start
Yeah.
writing.
Thanks so much. Yeah, have a lovely afternoon or evening.
You too. Bye, Fergie.
Bye.
Bye.